Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, on my way home. Just a thought. Came through my head, man. I want to ask y'all who y'all think is the greatest NBA coach in history. Do you think it's Pat Riley? Do you think it's Greg Popovich? Do you think it's Phil Jackson? Do you think it's Red Auerbach? Me myself, I probably would have to go with Red, man, because the difference between Red, he built those Boston Celtic team that went on to win like just a ridiculous amount of championships. From the ground up, drafting Bill Russell. Bringing into Boston, one of the most racist fucking cities in history. Still fucking racist. One of the most racist, segregated cities, I mean, in the country. But I'm not even gonna go there. But I gotta give it to Red, man, because he built it from the ground up. See, the thing about Phil Jackson came across to me as an opportunist, and I saw it too by what he did. In a certain situation. I'll get to that in a minute. Phil Jackson would go to these ready-made teams and shit. He'd just be the dude that get him over the hump. He never built a team from the ground up, drafting, free agency. He already had these teams pretty much one or two players away from winning it all. He did that with the Bulls. He took over for Doug Collins. He got him over the hump. And then he went to the Lakers that had Kobe and Shaq. Two of the greatest NBA players ever. Phil Jackson have coached, some of the greatest NBA players ever. He would just go to these ready-made situations, and then, he would win, and then he would get all the credit. He'd be talking his cane from Kung Fu Zen shit, and everybody would just label him as a genius. He wasn't really that much of a genius. I mean, he was smart for going to a ready-made situation, but that's about it. I think it was one of them things, he got too much credit. He kind of remind me of like P. Diddy, what he used to do. P. Diddy would hear a beat, I guess by his production people, he may add one extra drum or a snare or a clap, and he'd give himself a co-producer credit. So, that's how Phil Jackson was. And he proved it. Before he came back to the Lakers and won those, I think those extra two championships with just Kobe, he had a chance to coach the Cleveland Cavaliers, with LeBron James. And he didn't want to go there because they only had LeBron. You mean you didn't want to jump at the chance to build a team around LeBron? And you seeing how good of a GM he is based off the fact that the New York Knicks are a fucking disaster. And I guarantee you that Phil is gonna find a way to bail out on the Knicks when he get a chance. Like I said, I just thought Phil Jackson was a guy that got too much credit. I felt he never wanted to work for shit. It was one of them situations where he came into a good situation. And, he capitalized off of it. Now, getting to Greg Popovich, they drafted Tim Duncan, out of Wake Forest. David Robinson, he just couldn't get it done. They drafted Tim Duncan. They built around Tim Duncan. They signed a couple of key free agents. They signed Kerr eventually. They signed Horry. And they ended up winning some championships. So, Greg Popovich did sort of build a team. Then you have Pat Riley. He came into a sort of decent situation. You had Kareem and Magic on the same team. But he ended up winning like a few more championships with those guys. So, y'all let me know who y'all think is the greatest coach of all time. Me, myself, man, I have to go with Red Auerbach, man. I just think, dude, he did something that was amazing back then. Them fools won. Like, even as a GM, he took over. He went into the front office. That dude brought like 11 championships to Boston. So my choice is Red. So, the floor is open. Let me know what y'all think. I'm out.